Hello and welcome to the Newcastle Falcons Academy Pathway Presentation. Take 57. The pyramid in front of us is the wide base of collecting as much talent as we can, and then as progression happens, it narrows down and we are left with the Newcastle Falcons first team. We're going to attempt to explain how the junior academy runs and how it fits into and moves into the senior academy and then out into the first team with this presentation. Slide 1 details the whole of the Falcons Academy. So junior academy up to 18, with the seniors then progressing up to either the age of 24 or earning a certain wage. You then pass into the first team squad. So the starting point, as mentioned before, is the DPP at under 14. The DPP runs at under 15, 2 and under 16. This is the developing player program. Players are nominated by their clubs and schools to join the DPP, where they, at under 14, take part in a load of training opportunities. Currently no games at that level. They then progress into the under 15s. DPP offers playing opportunities and also opportunities to train in the Falcons environment. So we don't hold an under 15 squad. We keep it quite fluid, and players come in, train with us, see what the experience is like. We get to meet the players, and then they go back into the DPP and we watch them have their playing opportunities within the DPP against other DPPs. At under 16, the DPP gets split. Some players stay in the DPP and some players move into the Falcons Academy. Players can move between the two, but they are separate. So the DPP continues in what is the aspirational pathway that we'll talk a little bit about in a moment, and the Falcons Academy is the elite pathway. So the DPP at under 16 level will have playing opportunities that would look like old county opportunities. These county fixtures that are now developing player program fixtures run by the counties. It's all a little bit confusing, but essentially there isn't any county, there's just the DPP playing opportunities. The under 16s that are within the academy don't play in the DPP opportunities. They are involved in our training and playing program. The under 16 program will look like a pre-season throughout July and August. They will then break for a couple of weeks and return to school. They'll then come in middle of September and train until the middle of November, where they will then break again, November and December, most of January, and come back in towards the end of January. They'll then train all the way through to their game block, which is generally the end of March and into April. That will be the under 16 program. This is a fluid group of players, so if people are doing well within their DPP, they will be able to move in. If people are getting left behind within the academy, they will get moved back into the DPP. So there are 3 points at the end of each block where players will transition between the two programs. So we now move into the under 17 and under 18 junior academy. Players follow one international pathway based on their development needs. So this next slide summarizes it quite well, with the arrows showing where they're going. So at under 17 and under 18 level, we will split our academy group up. And that will then look like an aspirational pathway where they will go and play for their club and their school. They'll then pick up with counties, which are no longer called DPPs, it's called county. So they'll play for Northumberland, Cumbria or Durham. And from that, they will hopefully get into North of England squad And then from the north of England, there'll be opportunities to play for England counties. All of that is selection based, and you've got to progress through it logically. If we would like them to play in the elite pathway, we keep them in our under 17, under 18, under 18 league squad, and they train with us through November into December. We'll play one league game in December, and then we'll play in January and throughout February. Then that comes to an end. The under 17s stay. The guys that are on the aspirational pathway come back in. If they've done well within their aspirational games, county stuff, and north of England and England, if they've progressed that far, they'll come back in, and we have a series of under 17 games as an academy. The under 18s have left, and they have had their next steps meetings, which then leads to the next slide. The next steps meeting lead to 4 routes. Route 1 would be released and supported into a new pathway, whether that be at a university or a club. Then we have different progressions into the senior academy, the associate academy, which it is what it says it is, an association with us that would be training with us fairly irregularly while we monitor your progress in another program. The academy scholar would be somebody who wants to pursue a degree, and we would be happy to support that. And then the last route would be the senior academy player, who would be a full-time professional training in with the first team. That is our junior academy pathway, running into the senior one very briefly. And this last slide is the overview of the whole academy, leading through the senior academy into the A team and into the first team. As you will notice at the side, there are routes in and out of this pathway all the way through it. So we see on the left hand side there the satellite centre, and it just allows guys from the west coast of Cumbria access some higher level training once a week. The A scheme is our school program. So essentially this is to allow players who are in non-rugby playing schools the opportunity to move school, still pursue their studies, whether that be in BTECs, A-levels, C-TECs, but also have a higher level rugby playing program, and also train 3 or 4 times a week within that age scheme. If you have any questions, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. Many thanks.